Hello. Hello, hello. It's been that long since I apparently have used this this computer to do anything that it's forgotten my microphone settings. So hello. Hello and welcome. If you're watching this on the VOD, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I probably owe everyone an explanation, but never mind. We'll get to that in just a minute. I wanted to just to hop on Hypermine for a little bit. Still looks like we haven't finished this bit, doesn't it? I still don't know what to do with this little bit coming around here, whether we should connect the whole thing. I wanted this to be sort of like a moon that's on like a little platform here. And then could do something down here, although I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing down here. As you can see, I started a sort of floor to do something, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it. So this one is, this base is not yet finished. But it's where my last video, I think, finished off at. And I've neglected my channel a little bit, but we'll come on to that. Come on to that shortly. As the sun is setting, we should probably go fall down here and go to bed, shouldn't we? Let's sleep this night away, and then we can get on to what it is that we're gonna actually be doing. I wanted to steal Benito's streaming schedule for Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I realized that yesterday was Pancake Day here in the UK. We don't mess around with Pancake Day. You gotta have your pancakes on Pancake Day. So I decided to to do that instead. So we're streaming today. I don't know if it's going to be a regular thing or not, but we'll see. We shall see. But anyway, let us go and start what we're going to be doing today. I have a shulker box with some candles in it and a butt ton of glass. And the reason I have a butt ton of glass is that I'm determined to get this bit finished. I finally put some more touches on this. I realized that, again, if you're watching this as a VOD on my channel, you've not seen any of this, and I've been very guilty in the fact that I've done a lot of work on the Fallen Cathedral, and I have that footage, and I've got lots of footage for Minecraft. I mean, I've been playing a lot recently, but man, there's just something about putting it all together in a video that's really difficult to do. So I've kind of not done it. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, I have a second or a first channel, should I say. Minecraft is like my second channel. My first channel is looking at demos and free-to-play games. So I'm thinking with all the editing that I do on that, I burn myself out and I don't want to do any more editing. If I'm honest, you know, I have to do that on top of a 9-to-5 job that I have. And I just don't have the time. So I'm thinking maybe we do live streaming instead. You know, everyone else on this server does live streaming. I'm the only one here, sadly. But, you know, all the other people that come on here do live streaming. So maybe I should do that too. So that's just something to think about in the future. So if you haven't seen this before, welcome to the Fallen Cathedral. The story behind this is pretty much, it used to be a big floating thing, a bit like the observatory up here. However, you know, when all the magic happened, or when the corruption started to corrupt the people of Lunaterra, their magic started failing, and they had several buildings that just fell out of the sky because the magic no longer held it up. So this is the sort of cathedral that's been built. I am going to terraform around it so that it makes it look like it's crashed. At the moment, it looks like it's just been kind of placed here or built here. That's not going to stay. It is going to be terraformed all around. So that is going to be going. We built all the arches and these bits and pieces. So there is stuff that's going to be going in these too, but I haven't got around to doing that just yet. And then we've got this bit up here, which is like the central bit There's going to be stuff going behind it, but again, we've not got there. But what all the glass is for is this. I'm basically making a void floor, but on a huge scale. Like, as you can see, I'm still flying. This is a huge floor, and I one lot of glass. So like this floor here takes about 5 shulker boxes of black stained glass. So there's a lot of glass. I didn't want to make that many floors, but also still have that whole, like, void floor kind of look to it. It is cool coming down here, though. I haven't done the usual thing of putting carpet on top of, like, pearlescent blocks. I didn't want it to give off that much light, and it does look okay. I have built this in, like, a test world, or at least a smaller version of it. So I'm hoping... Oh, the ground is not loading here. Interesting. So I'm hoping this is going to look good. Anyway, I've got to go back and do some candle placement on the lower floors, I think, because there's still just too much gappage happening. Don't know if that's a word, but it is now. So like here, they could do one more candle here. These are all lit. I'm just not in render distance for these, apparently. But you can see by the little light on the top that they are lit. Although I did spot one. Oh, it's this one. This one here I apparently missed. Out of all of these candles, I missed one. So that's kind of annoying. But I'm just kind of sat here not flying. Why did I not fly there? Thank you. And I thought I would just do some live streaming. I've been left alone and abandoned, so I need someone to talk to before I start going crazy. So let's place our candles down. Black dye. I never realized black dye was so difficult to get. We don't have a wither skeleton farm on the server, and trust me, I have thought about making a wither skeleton farmer, but at this point in the season, I'm not sure if it's worth it and whether it's actually going to get any use. So we'll put a pin in that. Next season, maybe we'll make a wither skeleton spawner for some black dye. So I've just been raiding all of the squid farms and AFKing at some of the squid farms just to get black ink. Because obviously with the glass, that's all black. This is all black stained glass. And I don't want to make the fog effect. I did play around with the fog effect, but it just didn't really work with the candles. I think it works great if you don't have something illuminating it. As soon as you put anything illuminating in, then it doesn't really work that well. I also need to go and get some flint and steel, I think. Because I just realized that I didn't bring a flint and steel. Okay. Let us go get some flint and steel. But otherwise, we're not going to be able to light candles. And if I don't light the candles now, I will never do it, because that's not a job that I'm going to come back for. I've also had to use all my floor for smelting glass. I have been digging sand, so much sand, and I expanded my lava farm too. So I've got plenty of lava happening, which is nice. And I'm also just going to grab it, being as it's here. Can never have too much lava, you know? Oh, can have too much lava in your inventory though. Hello, Stella Zoe, how you doing? Thanks for joining me on this this Wednesday afternoon. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Let's just chuck all of this in here and go pick up our lava remnants. Thank you for wishing me a lovely day. I hope you're also having a lovely day. Can't get that one in the middle, dang it. Let's chuck this all in here. And go pick up that one in the middle. Can I get this without breaking all my cauldrons? Can you give, please? Please? No? Enough brick cauldron. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Let's just stick that back in there. And we needed a flint and steel. Before I wander back, I need a flint and steel. So let's grab stuff to make a flint and steel and head back over. I still have my bed in my inventory. Yes, I do. Nice. While we're flying, can we quickly craft? I'm gonna smack into something. Nope. We did it. We got it. I'm still gonna smack into the floor though. Please don't kill me. Didn't kill me. Nice. Okay. Where are our candles? Here they are. Let's jump over here and start lighting some candles. I only had some red candles left over, which is... There's only a handful of red candles dotted around. But let's light these. This is going to be thrilling to watch, I'm sure. But it's a necessary, you know? We have to do it at some point, so we might as well do it as we place them. I've only been using red and black and purple candles. Oh, and blue candles, I suppose. But I'm starting to think maybe I should have used like some orange candles or something. Maybe I should have broken it up a little bit. I'm hoping when you're looking down then it's not gonna matter that much. It's more gonna be like the lights that you see rather than the colour of the candle. But we'll see. Maybe I'll come back and do some more sort of, you know, orange candles. I don't think... Maybe a splattering of green, thinking about it. Because, you know, when you do, like, space or void, sometimes you have a little bit of green just in there, you know? Trying to think of, like, colour gradients. I did play around with different... Let's not set that on fire. Different colour glasses. Especially tinted glass, but... Didn't really like it, and I really wanted firefly bushes in and around here. I would have loved to have like the particle effect for firefly bushes going on, but for some reason the particle effects don't show up under glass. And at first I thought that was my shaders that was just like suppressing it for some reason, but it doesn't. I've turned my shaders off. And it does not show under glass, which is unfortunate because that would have made a perfect floor for what I was going for. Hello. I am doing very well, thank you, Zoe. How are you doing today? Oh, I've just broken that. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. AM, PM, regardless of your time zone. We should probably sleep though before it gets too late and we start spawning some bad guys. There we go. And these are hopefully the last red ones. There we go. Okay. I mean, this floor's looking pretty good. I might have to go back and revisit some of the other floors. I think there's just not enough on there. So, do I not have any purple candles? Oh, I just didn't get them up the box. Well, that's not useful. Please ignore the use of the rocket box. I am out of shulker boxes again, as to surprising no one. But I'm starting to get a bit poor, so I can't go and keep giving Oni all my diamonds. The rocket shop... I'm also going to have to visit at some point because I am direly running out of rockets. Although I might just go steal some from Benito because he's not here to stop me. So, I should probably take advantage of that. Well, I still can. Do we want that here? It's kind of... Oh no, it's not on top of another one. Yeah. I'd love to say there's a perfect science of me placing these candles, but there really isn't. I'm just kind of trying not to place them over each other. I'm just trying to fill gaps, like, you know, here's a good example of a gap, so I probably want a candle there. Trying not to overlap colours, but at the same time, I don't think you can really see that much, so if I go up, see, it's more of the light of the flame that you see, and like a dot of the candle. So I'm just kind of... trying not to overlap. Like, there's a lot of purple around here, so on the next level I might, you know, put some blues and some blacks just to try and balance that out. But for this one we need to fill out this space that I put a bunch of red stuff in. So maybe I have too much red here actually. Let's get rid of that one. Stick a blue. And then maybe we get rid of this one and put black, maybe? I don't want to put it above one of them that are already there, so let's go with there. I was trying to do a stack of each color on the floor, but I think I need to do more than that. I think I've ended up with too many gaps, which is a bit of a problem. So we've got to try and do something to balance this out. I'm not sure what to do about the edges either, because there is going to be stuff on this floor. So as you can see, this is just like plain brick here. I am going to build stuff around here, so the edges don't really matter too much. How have I missed this? How have we got two black concrete missing from here? Okay. Am I missing concrete anywhere else other than here? How odd. Okay. I don't remember missing that, but I'll have to go get some black concrete for that at some point. I'm not going to do that right now, because otherwise I'm just going to get distracted, and then we're never going to get this candle placement done. I feel like there's too many candles in this bit, but I've got to fill these little gaps in somehow. There's a lot of black and red here too. I'm not mad about that, actually. Maybe I need to do more clusters rather than kind of spread so much colour around. Don't know. It's all going to be open to the court of public opinion as well. I'm not entirely sure. I see that around here there's just too much of a gap with not enough candles. So I'm going to have to go back down to the lower levels, which is a little bit of a pain. But I probably should have done some sort of... I didn't want to actually do all of this in creative and then bring it across, because I've been doing that quite a lot lately, and I just wanted to, you know, do something original, something unplanned, which sounds great in theory, but not always the best idea. This season I've definitely focused a lot more on planning, which sounds bizarre considering I just said I wanted to do stuff that wasn't planned. But in previous seasons on Hypermine or on just like my own servers, I just don't normally plan things. I normally just go for it and just see what happens. But I guess when you're doing builds on this scale, you kind of have to do some sort of planning. I've been sort of doing this in stages. So as you can see, I built the walls, and then I built this. And then I built that bit. And then we're going to start doing the floor. And then once the floor's done, I'm going to start doing the walls. But I've done it all in stages, where I've only just finished doing the shell of the walls. I wasn't sure about whether doing rooms or sticking with doing like just the bare bones of it. This used to be a cathedral. And you know, when you go into a cathedral, there are little offshoot rooms, but there's not necessarily whole rooms that you can go in. You know, you go into sort of like commune rooms off to the side, or at least in the cathedrals that I've been into anyway. So I'm not sure whether I want to leave it open. It's definitely not having a roof. I spent a long time trying to figure out how to avoid doing a roof, and I kind of came to the conclusion that, you know, the religion is to the stars. You know, they are people who are born in the stars, and they look after the stars, and they watch over universes. They are effectively the watchers. You know, they don't get involved in political affairs and stuff like that. So they would want an open cathedral, right? Like, if you're going to worship the stars, you need to see the stars. So you want it open. That's just my lazy way of justifying not doing a roof. But, you know, seems to make sense to me. I tried putting a little bit of a story into my builds. You know, we started with the camp. The camp came here because it found the ruins, and it was digging up and unearthing all sorts of things. And now we're actually getting to the meat and the bones of the actual, what did they come here for? And on the observatory, we left a little bit of mysteriousness we found out there was a corruption happening, and its people came here. They started watching, and then all of a sudden they got involved, and they don't normally get involved. So I wanted that little mystery of ooh, why did they get involved? You know, how could a race of people who just come and watch and observe different life forms, why did they suddenly get involved? And it's all lore to be explained. AKA, I don't know yet. It's in the works, you know. Sometimes it's fun just to put something out for mystery. Don't think about things too hard. We've definitely done a lot more candles on this floor. I haven't even got to the end yet, and I'm pretty sure I've used 2 stacks of each colour. Is that on top there? No, it needs to be maybe here? No, it's on top of one. There we go, here. Lovely. Let's not set the floor on fire. We've got a lot of red around still, so we should probably put some more purple, some blue, and some black. Here seems a good place for blue. Just kind of doing this based off vibes. Does this feel like this colour belongs here? Yes. In which case it goes there. If it doesn't, then it don't. I'm about to break another flint and steel though. Maybe we do need some red. Maybe we put some red in this corner. No, that's the sword. There we go. There goes our flint and steel. I'd love to see my statistics after this. How many flints and steels have I used? I imagine it to be quite high. See, I started the other side this time, coming back this way, in the hopes that it would balance out, because I seem to start quite condensed on one side and then sort of thin out through the other. So I thought if I start high on this side, then by the time I get to this bit, it's starting to thin out. But definitely going to have to revisit those lower levels. I think there's definitely too much space. I'm not happy with the fact that there's so much space here. But how are we looking? We're looking alright. There's still loads of gaps. Like, I don't want them too uniform, but also I don't want too many gaps. Like, there could be some here on the lower levels. But I think I'm better off just finishing what I'm doing and then going back in to add some more rather than trying to second guess from here. I just don't want to put stuff on top of each other. I'm hoping the music's not too loud. If you're watching the VOD here, then you're probably not hearing any music. But that's just because I don't want to get copyright. I am using a playlist on Spotify that should be copyright free, but you can never tell, you know? You never know. This is all very new to me. This is only it's the first time that I've streamed on Hypermine. It is. I have so many Minecraft videos, like already, like filmed, just unedited, but I haven't got my angle with Minecraft at the moment. And I don't want to just put out stuff that people are already putting out, which is kind of why I've been a bit of a strut with my making videos for Hypermine, because everyone else is doing this whole like, oh look, I have built this thing, and this is me building this thing. If you have an established audience that enjoys watching that kind of thing, it's fine. Like, you know, there's plenty of servers that do that. Plenty of people on both Twitch and YouTube that do that. But it's kind of like everyone is doing that. And I don't feel like I add anything to the genre for doing that. So I'm kind of just trying to find my angle before trying to release a bunch of stuff onto YouTube that's just generic Minecraft videos. I don't think it makes for a good watch, and I also don't think that anyone would watch it. Like, why watch someone that you don't know? But that might just be my pessimism. I could say the same for my other channel that looks at demos. To be fair, why would you watch someone who you don't know? But hey, everyone starts somewhere. I just want to find the right angle for what is it that I'm trying to do on YouTube for Minecraft, and what is it that I want to achieve. It's all very deep and heavy for 6 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Here in the UK anyway. It is a very wet day today here. It has rained non-stop. And the UK currently has had rain for the last, what, 44 days? Something like that. We have had rain every day somewhere in the UK and on the south coast of England. That is very true today. It is very wet and windy here. Oh, look at the gaps around here. Definitely need to come back and do something about those. Not too much to go left on here though. Only going to be streaming for about an hour, so we are actually 30 minutes in already. Oh, I can't believe that I've nattered on for 30 minutes already. I do apologise. Kind of a bit like a word vomit, isn't it? Nice to see some lurkers though. Obviously not going to call you out by name, but thank you for lurking around. Do we want... Probably here, right? Probably a good spot. We don't want another red one there. What colour do we want here? There's a lot of purple there, so let's put that there. I was half expecting there to be a shake there from the dog, but the dog has decided that he will not shake. He just wants to turn around in bed. Which is very fair. Very fair. It's quite cold here today. Definitely looking forward to those summer months. Which, no doubt, will be complaining is too hot once it arrives. Because that is the British way. We complain regardless. We complain if we do, we complain if we don't. That's what happens when you're a Brit. It is soaked into your bones. No, we definitely have too much red around here. But should probably take out one of these ones too. Do we want purple? Well, there's purple below. There's a lot of purple around here, but I also don't want that to be red. Because these are also red. That could probably be blue. Yeah, that'll do. I'm very much looking forward to this being done though. I feel like I've been working on this for ages. Doesn't seem to stop. It never. It always seems to just keep going. Well, that's probably what happens when you start a big project and don't look at the resources. Normally I do a material list. So I've started this season just making it on a server and then using a program to bring it over. Use like Matica just to do the positionings and get a materials list just to see how much stuff that I need. And it's been interesting doing it without, because my estimations were way off. I was like, yeah, it's not that much glass, it'll be fine. And I feel like I've spent a millennia over in the desert mining glass. But there we go. Tis what is. This is my making of my own design. So I can only blame myself. At least it's given me something to do. Although at the moment that's more of a detriment than anything else. There's so many games that I want to play. There's Hytale that came out recently. I need to get back on the Hytale server. I haven't played any of the updates since the stuff came out. Since the dinosaurs came out, I haven't even seen a dinosaur in that game. And now I know that the server got updated recently to have the flamethrower and the fire tick stuff on. And I really want to get on there to have a look at that. I kind of got to the Iron Age, basically, and then Just stopped playing. I ran out of time. Now I kind of took a short holiday with family. And then just kind of fell off the hightail train. And then... Oh, I didn't mean that happened. Okay. Well, I'll fix that shortly. Actually, you know what? I'm going to fix that now before I forget. And then end up falling into the hole. There we go. All fixed. Nobody panic. So I've also got... Oh god, what else have I got going on? The Hades 2. I never finished Hades 2, and I haven't even started Hades 1. I kind of did that one a little bit backwards. Definitely need to start doing that, although I did just buy Hades 1 because it's currently on sale. We'll be going to the Hades concert later this year in London, which will be good. We came back from the Stardew Valley concert last weekend. That was good. Really enjoyed that. I wasn't sure what to expect from it, but having a symphony orchestra actually like do the songs that you're used to hearing in Stardew Valley was just really quite nice. They did a great job. It was very well done and very well put together. It had these really cute animations on it too that I was not expecting. Little fan animations was quite cute. Also, Cult of the Lamb. The DLC came out for Cult of the Lamb, Wallhaven, and I haven't even got to that yet. I decided to start a new run because I was just like, you know, I don't want to ruin the playthrough that I had, the really long one that I had with loads of followers and a lot of days played. So I was just like, I'll just start a new one, you know, or it can't be that difficult to get back to where I was. Vastly underestimating how difficult it actually is to get back to where I was. So I haven't even played that yet, really. I've been playing Cult of the Lamb, but I haven't actually played any of the new stuff on Cult of the Lamb. I've been too busy placing damn candles. So it'd be nice when this is done, so that I can actually go play something else for a little bit. It's nice having, you know, first world problems of too many games to play. I feel like there's something else that I'm forgetting as well. What else came out recently? I'm not a Silk Song person. That is not for me. I don't have the patience to do Silk Song. So that's definitely one I'm going to be missing. What else came out recently? There's lots of things that came out this year. I haven't played Exhibition 33. That's also not of interest to me. There's something about the turn-based aspect of it. I might be persuaded to play it at some point, but at the moment I'm just not interested in playing it. There's definitely other games that I want to play currently. Still playing Final Fantasy XIV. My first ever stream on this account was a Final Fantasy XIV, and I think that was ambitious. A story-based game that I can't read chat and also play at the same time. Definitely need to get some more purples on the go though. Maybe we stick a red one there. Red dye is just the easiest for me to get because we've got an iron farm that spits out poppies, so that's like super easy red dye to get. So I've got a lot of red candles, and although we've got villagers that also give us blue dye because you can exchange for lapis, it's an expensive trade, you know, and I've got a flower farm, so I should probably utilize that over doing a lapis trade. But if I trade, then I also get... Oh, there's a lot of purple here. That's not too purple. If I trade, I also get obviously the experience points, so that's what I've been using to repair my tools. You know, it's all swings and roundabouts. Do I want one here? It's kind of in line there. Can I do one here? Yeah, let's do one there. Let's stick that there. Oh, there's a lot of black candles there, actually. What do we not have? We haven't got purple. Let's stick a purple on there. Man, I really wanted a nice, relaxing playlist to be listening to while placing some candles, but apparently we're going with energetic. I feel like I should be on my spin bike, you know? I feel like this is going to be a good playlist to do during spin rather than playing Minecraft. Oh, still got a little bit to go. Every time I turn around, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm surely like close to being done. Yay, don't be silly. I'm going to be here for eternity. There's already one there, so let's put that there. There's never going to be done. I think I might actually run out of candles before I get finished with this floor. Which makes me a little bit sad. Because that means I've got to go raid the farm again. And I say the farm. It's not my farm. I am raiding everyone else's farms. But you know, that's what being on an SMP is for, right? That's the fact that you can just go raid other people's stuff. No one's online to stop me. And I feel like that's everyone else's downfall. If we have no police, it's a lawless land out here. No one can come stop me. I did think about doing, you know, considering there are so little people around. I don't know what everyone else is doing. I genuinely don't. I might have to put a message out in the Discord just to be like, is everyone okay? Are we burnt out of Minecraft? Are we having said that, Oni was on yesterday. But I haven't seen like Nim or Dark Age or anyone else on since our spear times. That was funny. Benito has not the uncut version, but he definitely has snippets of when we had spears. We updated the server a little bit later, just because we wanted all of our mods and stuff to be working. And we played around with spears, both on horseback and in the sky, and it was quite funny. I have learned that I can joust on a horse. I can joust. I got that drift, but in the sky, not a chance. I just spend rockets just going around in circles, not able to hit a thing. So if you want to see that and you want a good laugh, I would recommend going over to Benito's channel and watching the spear episode. Because that was quite fun. And it's always good fun to mess around with everyone else on the server. Even if they do leave me abandoned and alone. How very dare. How very dare. Okay, let's... I'm sort of tempted to just do lines. Should we just do lines? I don't know whether going across is actually like a good idea to go, or whether we just try and do this way? You know, if we just alternate between going sort of like this across these three. So like if I put one here. Oh, we're up against the wall. Okay. So maybe if I put one there. And then we do the same going across. If we leave a space and then we start across like this. So maybe if I put one there. Maybe we'll want one in this corner here. Put that there. And then we just use these three. And alternating. Maybe it won't make it feel so, like, laborious to do. Maybe it will still be laborious, who knows? But, you know, sometimes you have to just try up something different. Keep doing the same thing over and over again. You're going to burn out and drive yourself mad. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, and then we go backwards. What colour do we want here? We've got a lot of purples and blues and reds. Basically every colour, okay. Maybe I do need to add like a splash of orange and green into this. Maybe that's what's missing. I'm gonna stick a blue there for no other reason other than the fact that I can. So we want? Probably something here. Oh, this music's better though. It's a lot more chill. A lot more of the vibes that I was going for. But if you didn't know, I have another YouTube channel. I mentioned it earlier. It's just Fireside Gaming. So this one is Fireside MC. The Fireside Gaming is actually my main YouTube channel, where we look at demos and free-to-play games. Because some people on this internet make some incredible things. And I think it's important to showcase when somebody does make something really cool. And also in a world where, you know, not a lot of people can afford luxuries anymore. Ooh, I might move that. Let's move this one. Put that there. You know, there's not a lot of money going around in the economy at the moment for some people. And I want to show people that you can play some really good games while not having a lot of money. You know, you don't have to spend thousands on AAA titles when indie games are right there. If you go onto places like Steam, they have the Steam demos. There's a whole like category for Steam demos. And there's some pretty damn good stuff in there. I don't know how I've managed to do it, but I've fallen into looking at a lot of horror games. Or horror-like games, should I say. I wouldn't call them all... like, they're not the Silent Hills or the Outlasts, that kind of thing. But they are sort of VHS horror games. Which I call horror-light because it's more kind of like jump-scary kind of thing. And it's like not realistic graphics. You don't feel immersed. You're not in the game. Like you are with some Resident Evils and some other games out there. Like Outlast is really sort of, you feel like you're there and you're the one in control. Which if you like horror games, that's good. If you don't like horror games, that can be a bit problematic. So I would definitely say I've fallen into the horror light aspect of indie horror games on itch. And Steam, to be fair. There are quite a few on Steam as well. But if that's of interest to you, and you like the sound... let's not put all up on there. And you like the sound of free-to-play games, then consider checking that a follow. I put out videos every Wednesday on that channel. Can't say how frequently I put out videos on my Minecraft account. It's been a couple of months. One day I'll release some of the footage. I've got some really sweet like moments from New Year's. So I only put out or did a show on New Year's where there was loads of fireworks, and she did it for sort of us Europeans as well as her own time, and I've got basically the footage of that, and I really wanted to put it out as like a January recap thing, because I thought, oh, maybe if I just start doing like recaps rather than actual episodes, I can be like, here you go, here's what I did in February. And I meant to do that for January, and we are now halfway through February, so as you can see, that went well. She says sarcastically. Oh, we should probably not put a purple on there, should we? What colour do we put here? Let's put black one. Let's put purple on there. I should have just enough candles, looking at this, to finish this floor, at least. Which I'm grateful for. I do have some spare candles in the good old box, but I wanted to keep it. I mean, this is going to be 2 stacks of candles per floor. But if that's what it's going to take for it to look good, then that's just what it's going to have to be, you know? I'm fine with that. Oh, is that above one? No, it's beside one. Okay. Fair enough. I think going lengthways rather than widthways is helping, or it feels like it's helping me at least. Whether it is actually helping this move along, I couldn't say for sure, but it is helping me feel like I'm not just placing a candle, making a new flint steel, you know, lighting said candle. It's a bit laborious, you know? Normally, I mean, for the last couple of days, I've just been sticking on, like, documentaries and just watching documentaries. Is that above? It's already above one. Okay, let's put it over here. Yeah. That's a good place for it. Okay, okay. You know what? Let's switch up some other stuff. And let's start over here. I feel like this needs... It might be a bit too close to those ones. In fact, is that above one? No, it's just to the side of it. Okay, that's fine. I have a lot of red candles on the side. I don't know how I've managed that. But maybe we can start over here and work our way to the middle. Probably not going to go for too much longer. I was aiming for an hour, but we're coming up on that. And I would like to get these candles placed and finished, so we can have a look at this floor once it's done. So I will go until we have finished this floor. Or I run out of candles, whichever one comes first, you know? By the looks of it, it might be the candles. But we've got some more in reserve, so the show must go on. We just don't have any purple left, which is a problem. So we're now down to 3 colours rather than the 2. No, 3 colours rather than the 4. I know what I'm talking about, I promise. Let's just bring all these out. There we go. Oh, there we go. And then let's stick a blue one here, because we don't want to put it on top of that black one. But this has been fun. It's been nice to say hello to some new people. Get everyone caught up with what's been happening, what's been going on. It's really tempting just to dump the raw footage of stuff that's happened onto my YouTube account, but that's probably not going to go as well as I would hope it to. So I won't. Because I'm also trying to be really mindful of people's time, you know, like, people have got very busy lives, so I don't want to just flood someone's inbox with stuff that they, 1, don't care about, and 2, just wouldn't watch anyway. So I always try to be a little bit respectful of people's time. You know, if something's not interesting to watch, then I don't really want to stick it out there. I'd rather somebody actually got some enjoyment out of what they were watching. Do I stick a black one there? Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, we just got this middle bit here, I think. Stick a red one there. Oh, is that above? Yes, it is. Okay. Again, we've got so many red ones there, but it's fine. I don't mind a little bit of overlap. I just don't want, you know, a whole row of red. Needs to be some color variation so that when you look from it from above, then it's not all just the same kind of color. Stick a blue one somewhere. Is that on? No, it's not that one. That's fine. Oh, that's a black one. We don't want a black one there, do we? We want a purple one there. And then I feel like we could do with one here, and then a couple around here. For once, we don't have a surplus of red over there. Is that above one? No. It's really hard to tell sometimes on glass. Let's finish this one out with a red one. There we go. So let's have a look. How does that look? It does look better at night, I will say. During the day it looks fine, but it does look much better at night. But I think that looks okay. Another layer down. It's definitely more heavy in the middle, but that's fine because I've got at least one more floor left to do. In fact, how many floors do we have more left to do? It's really hard to tell with black concrete. 1, 2, 3. So there's going to be another layer of glass here, and then 1, 2, 3. Another layer of glass there. So I think we've got at least 2 more levels of glass, if not 3. Which is fine, because that means that 1, I've done math right, and 2, that there's enough space to fix some of these. Like, you know, there's a big space here, but well, I don't want to put it anywhere underneath, or we can just put more on top there. And then there's a couple of spaces like around here that needs one. Yeah, we're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's all going to be good. And then I can start work on this bit up here, which is going to be a whole altar thing. And then I have a whole design. You know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm feeling real generous. So, loaded schematic placements. Placement on. There we go. I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview. So this is a sneak preview of what is to come. So as you can see, I've got arches here. So the arches are going to come in, which just adds a little bit of some... Do not mind the sheep. That's a long explanation. So we've got stuff coming in here, which is going to be the arches that are up here. Probably made of stone? I don't know. I'm not sure about the shading on these. But they're coming here. And then I have a whole thing here. So this is the symbol for Lunar Terror. This is my symbol here that I've got. And then, as you can just see, there's like little portals just sticking through. Just poking through this bit here. So I need to cover this whole back wall. And I'm pretty sure this is blackstone. So that all needs to go into blackstone. And then there's all of this here, which is like the bit leading up, which I need to move the staircase over a little bit because I realized it's not central. And if it's not central, it's going to drive me mad. So there's that. And then, yeah, as you can see, the whole, there's portals behind it and stuff. I do want to just get rid of that. Just to show you what the void floor looks like at night. See, doesn't that look so pretty? Just all the colors. I mean, there's a lot of just like orange here. Maybe I don't need to add orange candles, actually. Maybe there's enough, the flame adds enough orange to make it look alright. But you just get like, okay, stuff's starting to spawn at the bottom. Don't mind that. But you can just see, especially with my shaders on, you can just about see the skulk at the bottom just shimmering. And that's why I didn't put the pearlescent blocks down there. Because I just want it to give it that little bit of detail at the bottom there. I don't want it to be the main focus, but I do want it just to give that little movement in the underneath and a little bit of just something there that's not just a black void. Because you can see the walls are basically just black void. And I wanted to give it a little bit of something. The skulk is such a good block to use for a basis of things. And I love coming down here, not so much on this floor because you can't really see it, but the reflections in this glass look so cool. But yeah, this is what it looks like at night. I think it looks pretty cool. Hopefully other people think it looks pretty cool. But I'm glad that we've got this level done. I'm gonna start putting the glass on now, which, you know, it's gonna be fun adding this layer of glass. And then I need to go raid the farm again, Benito's farm, for a bunch of more stuff for candles, because we haven't got enough candles to finish this. So actually, one thing I do want to show, this is what it looks like without shaders. So I play a lot with shaders. I like shaders. I think it makes Minecraft look so much better. But this is what it looks like without shaders. So I still think it looks pretty good without shaders. It's a lot more like tinted color. I don't know how to describe it. Like you can see the difference between shaders. So this is sort of like, you can see the floor a lot more and there's a lot more like shading. You can see the reflection for the moon and the arches on the glass. Whereas this looks more like a purplish kind of tint to it. I'm not sure whether it's the glass or the candles. But it just looks a little more odd. You not think? Odd's probably not the right word, but it does have like a purplish tint to it. So I prefer the more darker tint to it. The actual, you know, black stained glass being black stained glass. I think looks pretty cool, but the problem is there's all a load of bad stuff that comes out at night. So let's just sleep the night away. There we go. No more bad stuff. But it looks like I've got some AFKing to do. I need to go make some more candles and go run the bone farm at the flower farm. Which I should have enough bone meal to run for a little bit so that I can get some more dyes. So at this point I will say adieu and sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen, and thank you for joining me on this first stream. Hopefully you've enjoyed my ramblings. Thank you for all the lurkers out there who've been coming in and out. I appreciate you. I don't think lurkers get enough thanks. So thank you lurkers for just being around. And if you're watching this on the VOD, thank you VOD watchers. You know, hope you've taken the time to enjoy this video, and if you have, you can leave a comment if you feel like it. I'm not going to complain. If you don't feel like leaving a comment, don't feel like you have to. But yeah, thank you, and have the rest of a good Wednesday or a good day, depending on whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this in the future, have a good day. And I'll see you next time. Thanks everyone.